Hello, today we're going to do some smoked mutton, and it's a very, very simple preparation, this one. All it requires is a decent piece of lamb shoulder. You can use leg, but again, the strong recommendation from the recipes I've looked at is the shoulder. So this is a half. This is the blade side, not the shank side. It's got really good fat in there, so that's going to come up really nicely, I think. And quite nice, decent bit of fat on there as well. That should protect the meat. This isn't going to be wrapped. The directions I've seen for this aren't to wrap it, but if I get desperate, I might wrap it, but we'll see how that works out. It's basically just some freshly ground pepper and some salt, and that's it. So I'm just going to give that a generous coating of those two. I'm going to put the probe in, again, thickest part of the meat, not too near the bone, and I'm going to get that up to about 95 degrees, which is the temperature I like to pull the lamb apart at. It falls apart quite nicely at that temperature. Smoker's going to get set up between 110 and 120 degrees Celsius as well. So that is just a little bit warm at the moment, it's 122, but that'll be perfect because this will take the temperature down for a bit when I put it in, and it should settle nicely at around 110, 120. And it's about 6 to 8 hours for a whole shoulder or a leg. So I'm going to guess this is probably going to be nearer to 4. But like I said, we cook by the temperature, not by the time, and that's got to be spot on. So, got a question?
I have actually.
I could see you got a question brewing.
And what are we serving it with?
It's served with a black dip. That's a Worcester sauce, tomato sauce, sugar, butter, water, and chilies thing with some salt and pepper as well. We'll do a follow-up to this in the same video, but showing the black dip, because what we're going to do is 2 hours in, so probably for me an hour or so, an hour and a half in, I'm going to check this and start mopping it with the black dip, and then you serve it with the black dip, shred it and serve it. So.
And what do we have any bread with it, or?
Yeah, just serve it with. This recipe will be served in bread. So I bought some flatbreads, pre-sliced flatbreads, to have it in, because it's not about the bread, and if we had it in rolls that were too thick, it would just get in the way. So that will feature a little later. Okay. The mutton has been in for about 1 hour 45 to 2 hours now, so it's time to start mopping it with the black dip. So I'm going to make that up in a second. I forgot to mention in the first portion that the wood we're using to smoke is hickory today. So I've got 2 large lumps of hickory on there, and that's smoking away really well. So let's have a look at the ingredients for the black dip. So equal parts of Worcester sauce, water, and tomato sauce. No, it is not vodka.
What a shame.
What a shame. This is just a couple of tablespoons of butter, 1 to 2 teaspoons. I'm just using 1 teaspoon here of chili flakes because it's not a huge piece of meat. We're going to need some freshly squeezed lemon juice, some dark brown sugar, and some salt and pepper. So I'm going to bung these now into a pan, get it boiling, reduce it a little bit so we can start mopping the lamb. All right, we're about done. So the lamb hit about 91 degrees. That's close enough because we're hungry. So we're going to set about it with the claws. So you can see it's nicely done. It's blackened with the black dip rub, or the black dip on it. I put it on both sides over the last several hours. It's been on for about 7 hours. And we're hungry, so we're going to get started with this. So take a look at what we're going to serve it with. So we're going to shred this up. We're going to put the remaining black dip in amongst the shredded stuff, and then I've got some nice flatbreads here, and serving it with some pickled cucumber in dill. So we'll give you a snapshot of the finished product, but we're going to crack on because we're really hungry.